offseason with the reports that Trae Young from Atlanta could be on the move, that he could potentially be traded to the Washington Wizards as part of C.J. McCollum's expiring contract. That would be part of the deal. Don't know any of the other real specifics, pieces that would be moving.
Cakes, you're wearing a Wizards hat. Are you yay or nay? I'm nay.
I don't have a problem with it because you'd only have him for a year and a half. He's got a year and a half left on his deal. He's got a player option for next season, which, I mean, at $49 million, you think he's not going to opt in for $49 million?
Right.
Of course he is. And I wouldn't have a problem with it.
I think it comes down to
a real legitimate point guard on your team.
C.J. McCollum's a good guy. He's a good dude.
Great guy.
Great around the team. He's good
awesome.
for the young kids.
But we've known he's a short-term rental.
No, I get
the whole
it. But
time.
I just if Trae Young's going to be all about himself and all about getting his, and he's not going to be good with trying to, develop these young kids, the Trae Johnsons of the world, I wouldn't want him. You got to find out what kind of guy he is.
Right. Here's the other thing that we're all just assuming he's going to obviously take the player option for $49 million. I read a report in one of the Atlanta papers before the season where they said that he was going to opt out because he could get more.
Yeah.
He could technically, now I don't know who would give it to him, but he could technically sign a 4-year, $219 million deal or something, which would be slightly more.
Yeah, well, it would be a lot more. I don't think he's going to get $219.
The fact that, what Sam Quinn mentioned that.
I mean, he's been in the league 9 years. Why would you? And he's getting banged up.
But like his style and his build, it seems like teams are moving away from that.
Yeah.
Like if I'm Trae Young, I'm locking in that $50 million, and then I'll roll the dice after that. Like
I would too. But these guys have overinflated views of themselves.
I'm sure they do.
Maybe he would. Maybe it's
then
not a
it's
4
even
year
better because then you literally only got him for 3 months.
Right.
Yeah.
What if he said, JP, yeah, I'm going to opt out. I don't even want to play for you guys. I'm going to opt out. I want to go somewhere. I want to be at the Wizards.
And you just get a draft pick out of it?
Yeah, you end up getting a draft pick out of it. Then you should be for it.
Just my blink was I'm not a fan of his.
I'm not either.
There are some pros. I'm looking back at that Eastern Conference Finals run. I mean, he was the leading scorer on that team. They had some, John Collins was on the team. He took them to an Eastern Conference Finals. The Wizards haven't been to an Eastern Conference Finals.
When he first came in the league, used to hype him up. Used to be a Trae Young
he's
guy.
a great three-point shooter.
Yeah.
And like I said, his second season in the league, he averaged almost 30 points a game.
Mm-hmm.
All right, but that was pre-COVID. I mean, that was a long time ago.
I mean,
okay, but he's not old.
He's not old, but he's been in the league 9 years.
In his last 4 seasons, the Hawks' points per 100 possessions with Young and where that offensive rating would rank league-wide.
Okay.
Were tied for 6th, 11th, 10th, and 5th. And the Wizards, they just have a hard time scoring. Like, if you want to be competitive and kind of take that next step, if he's dialed in and healthy, he's going to help you become a better scoring team.
Here's why I'm
and
a
be more
nay.
competitive.
This year?
Here's also
why
why
would you want to
nay.
be more competitive this year?
Maybe not this year, but next year?
Don't
you want to make that step at some point?
I'm a nay.
Not if he's going to opt out and go for a free agent contract.
I'm a Bub guy. I don't want to get in the way of. I think Bub could be a potential future starting point guard. I mean, I know he started at times, but I think he could be your guy potentially. And I don't want to. I know that they already have a couple of vets who are eating minutes, but I just don't want a guy who's going to eat up the minutes of the young players. Now, Ben threw out a scenario where he joins the team and then doesn't play. I'm just not for it.
Is that kind of Mike Bibby from back in the day?
Yeah, I kind of
Mike Bibby bit.
Would you feel the same way about LaMelo Ball?
Yes.
They're kind of similar, right?
I don't like
LaMelo
LaMelo Ball.
They're kind of similar in that sense.
I don't like LaMelo Ball.
Let's go to Pat in Mechanicsville real quick. Pat, what's up, buddy?
What's happening, fellas? Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, Happy New Year, bud.
Hey, yeah, I would definitely give it a shot. Like, say, then flip them, send them somewhere like Houston, the Rockets, or somewhere like that to maybe use a veteran. Yeah, if they want them. Hey, can I say one thing, Commanders, just for 1 second?
To who?
Just quickly.
Okay, yeah, this is what I do. Sign Tuttle, go get Alex Pierce and Isaiah Likely, and then draft the rest of the defense in the draft, man. Y'all have a good one.
I like those guys.
Quick, and you know what? I don't hate either of those plays.
I like Pierce.
He makes some good points. Alec Pierce is a great deep threat from the Colts, and Likely would provide more offense from the tight end spot.
Yep. 2 needs.
I like both of those ideas.
Well, we're definitely going to re-sign Tunsil. I'll be stunned. I'm almost willing to say something stupid if they don't re-sign him, but I'm not. I'm not going to give you a freebie.
Oh, I think that they are.
By the way, getting back to Young.
I mean, they traded too much not to.
How he would fit with the Wizards. This is from the Sam Quinn article on CBSSports.com. He says, quote, if the Wizards can bring him in without surrendering any assets, and the latest reporting is that they'd actually want to receive draft capital for taking him in, they could try to take the leap from outright tanking to moderate competitiveness next season. In doing so, they'd be able to evaluate how their prospects look with an actual point guard holding in their hands. And they'd be able to do this without making a long-term commitment to Trae Young. That's just his.
Because it would be the 1 year that you're
right. That's just Quinn saying this is how it could work.
I'm out. I'm not a Trae Young guy. It's just that simple. I watch a decent amount of basketball. I'm not a Trae Young guy. Maybe I've been,
but you're looking at it. From
yeah, but I feel like it gets in the way.
Here.
I feel like it gets in the way of what you have right now. I'd rather keep rolling with what you have right now.
Unfunny Ben, one of the least funny people I've ever met. His opinion that they wouldn't even really play him this year.
Yeah, I heard that, and I threw that out there.
Do you believe that?
I don't.
Oh, okay.
But what if
it's possible?
What if his presence accentuates Sarr and helps, Bilal, helps him offensively? Like,
I don't think he does.
Maybe
Having watched him,
maybe he comes in with a different mentality.
You can find some.
That could be true.
Maybe you can find some magical pick and roll numbers that if he ran pick and roll with Sarr, it would be great. I just don't think he would benefit the rest of the team.
Maybe he's not the same player as he was in 2020, 21, 21, 22, but their offensive rating with Trae Young, I'm talking about Atlanta here, was first in back-to-back years.
I would love to know where he ranks defensively at his position.
I know he's not a very good defensive player.
And this team sucks defensively anyway,
right.
So you're going to get worse?
Don't you find it interesting? And this is reputation. I don't know. And like I said, I've read this for months. His name is always in trade rumors.
Right.
For years. That the reputation is the players around him don't like him.
That could be the case.
They don't like playing with him. I'm not saying personally. They don't like playing with him.
That's not a good reputation to bring into a new spot, but
it may be false. Maybe it's just internet rumor stuff. But
it's the Wizards. They're willing to kick the tires on him, especially if they get draft capital in return as part of the deal.
Did Sam Quinn have
a risk they're willing to take?
Did Sam Quinn have a source within the Wizards that are saying that they are interested?
That I don't know.
Ben, are they interested?
Well,
or is this just his opinion, Sam Quinn?
Sorry, asking. I was talking to Mar.
Are the Wizards interested in Trae Young, or is this just Sam Quinn's opinion that it would fit?
Well, these type of reports don't just come from nothing. The Wizards are tight-lipped, and Mark Stein is as good as it gets. Like, he legitimately reports stuff that he's hearing. It could be Atlanta that's telling him these things.
Right.
But I think a lot of people also speculate it's a good fit because the Wizards will have the most cap money in the NBA this upcoming season after the CJ McCollum comes off the books, Middleton comes off the books. They'll have like $80 million in cap space per spot, right?
They're going to have a ton of money.
This is a tweet from Evan Sidery, who works for Kalshi Sports, which I'm just starting to get hip to. I didn't know that was a thing until recently. He tweeted, Travis Schlenk, the former Hawks GM who drafted Trae Young, is currently the Wizards' senior VP of player personnel. He's long been a big believer in Young's superstar ceiling, and his voice is being heard during negotiations between Washington and Atlanta.
All right.
So the guy that originally drafted him, he's a key player here. He's has to be in Dawkins and Winger's ear as far as, what his initial scout was of Trae Young, and I'm sure he's a proponent of him.
All right. Well, there's a connection there. Didn't know that.
There's definitely a connection.
Do you love it?
I don't love it. No.
Love it.
I don't love
no,
I got to find out.
It.
I got to find out what kind of a guy he is in the locker room and on the court. I got to find out.
Mediocre.
If we only
because
knew somebody
if it's
on
true,
the Hawks coaching staff.
If it's true what JP says, that he's unlikable and he's just selfish on the court, why would you bring him in with Sarr, Koulibaly, and Trae?
Because you don't play him and you're getting the draft compensation.
All right, that's different. That's totally different.
It's an investment. Almost.
That's totally different. If
You're viewing him as an investment.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going to limit his impact on the guys.
But if he's going to play, Not sure I love it.
What if his agent says, yeah, he's going to opt out. First of all, he don't want to play for you, and he thinks he can get more on the open market, which may be
Well, they've
false.
done that before. The Wizards have done that before, yeah.
Yeah, and then then it's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
You're going to get
and
paid.
maybe that's why Will Dawkins would do it, because he knows that he's not
Right.
going to play him,
Which
and they're just going to get the draft capital.
rewind and remind me about the Schlenk deal. So he was part of the deal when he went to Atlanta.
He drafted
Because
Trae
you
Young.
realize the
He was-
Atlanta Hawks drafted Luka and then traded Luka for Trae Young. Now, there was more to that deal.
Right.
But that's not a ringing endorsement
Maybe not.
for Travis Schlenk.
It might not be. And maybe that's the reason he's not the top dog here in Washington. He's just part of he's a piece of the puzzle. So we'll see. We'll see how
Because the
that
Hawks
works
could have
out.
had Luka, who
Right.
they drafted at number 3.
That is true. They dealt him for Trae Young. All right, so we'll have to see if there's more smoke to these rumors about Trae Young coming to the Wizards over the next few days. I believe the trade deadline is February 5th, so we're just about a month out from that in the NBA. When we come back, we'll get into EB's entertainment page next here on The Fan.